Thank you everyone for your cooperation you made this evening. Can I please now invite Kim Walmsley up to the stage to do the Acknowledgement of Country. Thank you.
Minyanku Jibalang Nanya Nari Kim. The first people of Australia are the original inhabitants of this country. They are a part of the oldest continuing cultures in the world, having been connected to this land, Australia, for over 40,000 years. The Aboriginal people's belief system is inherent from thousands of years of connectedness that is spiritually, physically and socially intertwined, not just to each other, but to the lands, waters, the air, the sun, the moon and all living things. This emphasises the importance of oneness. It's fundamental to us, Aboriginal people's physical and mental well-being, that we connect with our culture and identity. Belonging to the world's oldest continuing culture in the world is a gift and responsibility, as we believe we belong to the land. It is Aboriginal people's role to care for and nurture for Mother Earth, to use only what was needed, and in return Mother Earth would care for them. It is an intricate system of cultural energy that is embedded within their spirit from conception and through lessons from parents and elders and kinship carers that can practice and ignite cultural law and spirituality. It matters that this cultural recognition be appreciated by all, as our culture is part of everyone's culture in this generation and thereafter for all Australians. I would like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of this land that we meet tonight, the Jadawa and Gaibu people, and pay my respects to our elders, past, present and emerging. So this year I've asked my dear friend Nicole, she actually had a talk to me just recently about what we could actually do to acknowledge on such a significant day as Australia Day. So with this I would like to just ask Nicole to share with you what we'd like to do in this moment.
Thank you, Kim. I stand in solidarity with Kim and all the traditional custodians of this beautiful land we stand on today, and I invite you now to do the same. I quietly invite you now to place your hands on your heart and respectfully honour and hold dear the traditional owners of this land and all the first Australians as we give silence, a minute's silence, to honour them and to consider them at this time as we celebrate Australia Day. Peace be with you and enjoy your night. Thank you.
Thank you, Kim. I would now like to invite members of the Toowoomba Interfaith Working Group on stage to present a peace prayer. Thank you.
Good afternoon, friends. It's great to be together here. We know that part of the richness of our community in Toowoomba is that we are culturally diverse and we come from many faith communities. So standing on the stage with me are representatives of many faith communities, and together we work together as part of the Toowoomba Interfaith Working Group. Last year, Toowoomba hosted an international interfaith conference, and to prepare for that, we worked together to create a prayer that we could all offer together. So we're going to share that now. In a world that longs for peace, in a world that longs for justice. We're going to begin with quietness. And so I invite you, please, just to be quiet, and then we will continue together in prayer and then end in quietness. So let's be still. Be conscious of the gift of our lives of each breath that we take. Together we come from different parts of the world with rich experience in our uniqueness from many faiths. We are diverse and yet we stand united. Our purpose is collective, our goals are common, our intention is harmony, and for this we give thanks. Together we pray for the well-being of creation, for greater unity between people, for guidance and blessing, and that goodness and peace may come. Thank you. Peace be with you. So good to be together.
Following that, I would like to welcome the Toowoomba Caledonian Pipe Band to perform for us. Thank you. extend a warm welcome to Honorable Dr. John McVeigh, Federal Member for Groom, Mr. David Janetsky, Member for Toowoomba South, Mr. Trevor Watts, Member for Toowoomba North, all faith leaders, elders, ladies and gentlemen, children, and all guests. Mayor Paul Antonio sends his apologies and also best wishes for tonight's event. I would now like to invite Venerable Sheng to the stage to deliver an address on behalf of Venerable Sheng, as he is unfortunately unable to attend tonight's event. Please welcome.
Distinguished guests, Honorable Dr. John McVeigh, Federal Member for Groom, Mr. David Janetsky, Member for Toowoomba South, faith leaders, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our Chinese New Year celebrations for the year of the Rooster. We are grateful for having this opportunity to live in Australia and for being in this wonderful city of Toowoomba. Toowoomba is indeed a wonderful place for people to care for their families and to provide good education for their children. We are indeed blessed to be able to work and live here. We would like to thank our friends and neighbors for your friendship all these years and for being together with us on this journey of learning the teachings of the wise people. We also thank our faith leaders and community groups for coming together to make the interfaith forums and events a successful one. Without your support, these wonderful things cannot happen. We hope our cooperation and friendships will continue for many years to come, and may the wisdom of the sages to continue to bless many generations of Australians in the future. May the new year brings you good health and happiness. 恭喜发财. Thank you. 阿弥陀佛.
Thank you, Venerable Sheng. Next, may I now invite Honorable Dr. John McVeigh to the stage to deliver an address. Thank you.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Wonderful to be back here for another year to join with so many of you, so many friends, to again here celebrate Chinese New Year and, of course, acknowledge Australia Day as well. I certainly would like to acknowledge first and foremost the Venerables, and thank you so very much for hosting us again at this celebration and bringing what you bring to our wonderful city. As Venerable Wu Sheng said, we are truly blessed to live here in Toowoomba and enjoy everything that it offers, particularly for our families. I certainly acknowledge as well my state parliamentary colleagues, David Janetsky, Trevor Watts. I see we have a number of other guests, particularly across our faith community, our faith leaders, and thank them so very much for the prayer that they led us in earlier. I wanted to acknowledge Councillor Megan O'Hara-Sullivan as well. Happy New Year to you, Megan. And most importantly, ladies and gentlemen, I want to acknowledge all of you, a cross-section of our beautiful community, coming together for this celebration, which has become such an important part of our annual calendar. Now, of course, here we are approaching the end of January. Our children will be returning to school over the next week and a bit, I guess, and we get ready for the new year. And many of us have stopped to celebrate the Western New Year celebrations back on December 31st, January 1st. And that's always a lot of fun, but I often reflect that it's about us focusing on ourselves. And we promise ourselves we're going to lose weight and we're going to get fit and all the rest of it. It seems to me that Chinese New Year really brings that quality of the broader community and our place in that community. This year, of course, the year of the Rooster and those features of integrity, punctuality, as I understand it, and what that means for all of us as we celebrate as a community. And of course, as the Venerables have invited us to do, we acknowledge Australia Day here this evening as well. And we'll be celebrating that in the coming week. Of course, Australia Day means so much to all of us here in Australia, whether you've been here for many generations or, like me, here for 4 generations in terms of my family, or newly arrived. And an Australia Day celebration in Toowoomba in our region means so very much to anyone and everyone. We celebrate the features of our community, those sayings of mateship, looking after one another, really come home to roost here in Toowoomba, where we do celebrate our diversity. We continue with our challenges of reconciliation, of course, and of course we come together as one to recognise Toowoomba, as the Venerables encourage us to recognise it, as a city of peace and harmony. Happy New Year, everyone, and I look forward to joining with so many of you in the coming week to celebrate Australia Day just as Toowoomba can do. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. John McVeigh. Finally, just before we commence the delicious buffet, I would like to invite a traditional line dance performance as a form of welcoming the Year of the Rooster. Please give a warm round of applause. Thank you for such an exciting performance. I'm sure everyone enjoyed it. Just one last tiny little interruption before we start feasting. Can I please ask for everyone to crowd up towards the center of the car park for a group photo, followed by a recording for Venerable Master Sheng to wish him a very happy Chinese New Year. Thank you. So please everyone follow to the center of the car park.
Are we ready? Good. Dear Venerable Master Sheng, we wish you a happy Chinese New Year with all years of good health and good fortune. See you in Toowoomba. Alright, thank you very much. Take your seat. Thank you very much. Thank you